try to force me out of my own home, pay my back rent. So I was living with my ex-girlfriend Sarah in this rental house. We had broken up like a year ago, but still lived together because moving is expensive and we both needed roommates anyway. The house was honestly disgusting. Sarah was one of those animal hoarders you see on television shows. She had 3 dogs, 6 cats, 20 rats, a bunch of fish tanks, a rabbit, and this parrot named Charlie. All of them were completely neglected. She would get a new pet, baby it for like 2 weeks, then completely forget about it. The parrot especially just sat in this tiny cage all day with poo piled up underneath it. We had been there for 3 years and things were getting really bad. I was 4 months behind on rent. She was 3 months behind. Our landlord was calling us every single day, threatening to kick us out. We fought about everything, from the smell of the animals to her dirty dishes. I wanted to move out so badly, but I was completely stuck because I could not save money while trying to catch up on rent. Then one Tuesday, we had a massive fight about her leaving cat food on the counter. She called the police and told them there was an intruder in her house who would not leave. 20 minutes later, 2 cops showed up. They separated us and asked questions. I told them I had lived there for 3 years and that both our names were on the lease. The cops told Sarah she could not just kick out her roommate, and she had to be the one to leave for a few hours. 2 days later, Sarah came home with a huge smile. She handed me a paper and said she got a new lease from the landlord without my name on it. I looked at it and saw it was dated 3 years ago but only had her name. She was all smug, thinking she had a master plan. I took the fake lease to a legal aid office. The lawyer laughed and pointed out it was a forgery created just last week. I went to social services and found the original lease with both our names. I had the proof to fight her in court, but I was so done that I decided to just leave. 2 weeks later, I moved out while she was at work. But since Sarah forged that lease, making herself the only tenant, she was now legally responsible for paying back all of my rent too. That was like $3,000 she suddenly owed on top of her own back rent. I left her 2 gifts before I moved out. First, I had a habit of drinking 6 cans of soda a day. For 3 years, I stored the empty bottles in a tiny basement room. That room was packed floor to ceiling with thousands of bottles. I left all of them for her to deal with. The second gift was even better. I spent my last few weeks teaching Charlie the parrot a new phrase. By the time I moved out, every single day when Sarah walked in the door, Charlie would squawk, "Hello, Sarah is broke now." She texted me 2 months later saying she had to move back in with her parents because she could not afford the rent. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting people deal with the consequences of their own actions.